A new affidavit released this morning and now sealed claims a complaint filed in the murder case against Minnesota State Trooper Ryan Londrigan lies by omission. The document obtained by 5 Eyewitness News was written and submitted to the court by Sergeant Jason Halverson. He's the use of force coordinator for the State Patrol Training and Development Section. Halverson says he was the trainer A that was interviewed by the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension during their investigation into last summer's traffic stop shooting of Ricky Cobb II. Halverson says an answer he's quoted to have given was made in response to a hypothetical question that misses important context from Londrigan's case. He accuses the author of the complaint of cherry-picking that response and lying by omission. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office this afternoon pushed back, calling the affidavit another baseless press release from the defense and calling the accusations against prosecutors false. And a legal expert tells us it's unrealistic to expect an entire investigative interview to make it into a criminal complaint.
As I recall, right, it's a 37-page affidavit or something like that, interview. Well, you can't put the whole thing in the complaint. So if you end up saying, well, you took something out of context, that happens.
That's former Hennepin County Chief Judge Kevin Burke. He spoke with Jay Coles about that affidavit and the amount of public and political attention the case has received. As Jay reports, Burke says everyone needs to calm down.
It's exactly what he said, Lindsay. They need to calm down. You know, it's one of the interesting things that Judge Burke pointed out. He says these kind of disputes over evidence between the prosecution and defense happen all the time in Hennepin County Court. He says that's really nothing new. And he says right now he really hopes politicians stop talking about all of this. There's been a lot of back and forth between Trooper Londrigan's defense team and Hennepin County attorney Mary Moriarty. And at a Monday news conference, Governor Walz weighed in on what's become a very public argument.
There's a lot of confusion and controversy of what's happened so far in this case, and I just want to make sure that it's fair.
Retired Hennepin County Chief Judge Kevin Burke tells me Governor Walz should have declined to comment on the case.
There are going to be a lot of people who will say, yeah, see, this just reinforces the idea it's who you know that will determine how the justice system operates. And he made a big mistake by feeding into that.
When asked if he would reassign the case to Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, Walz told reporters,
there's been statements and things that have been in this from the beginning that are concerning. So that option is always open.
Judge Burke says the governor should not attempt to decide ongoing criminal cases.
He made a mistake, and that mistake contributes to undermining public confidence in the fairness of the justice system.
And Congresswoman Angie Craig Wednesday also called for the case to be moved out of the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, saying, quote, it would help restore public confidence and ensure an objective review of the case is completed. But Judge Burke says the best way is for politicians to stop talking about it.
So that's why I go back to people need to chill out.
Now, I did reach out to Governor Walz's office for comment, have not yet heard back from the office. Tomorrow, there will be a hearing before a judge between the prosecution and the defense about that evidence that they're disputing, who has access to it and who doesn't have access to it. Judge Burke says he does not expect the judge to make a ruling from the bench tomorrow. He says it's most likely going to be taken under advisement after he hears arguments, and a decision will be made at a later date. Reporting live in Minneapolis, Jay Coles, 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, Jay, thanks for the update.